Hello guys, this is Prem and welcome to Python learning series. In this lecture we're going to learn about operators in Python. Operators are the constructs which can manipulate the value of operands. Okay, and operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. So in Python divides the set of operators in the following categories like arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, and membership operators. Okay, so let's take one by one. Our first is arithmetic operators. In arithmetic operators, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and exponent. Okay, so let's take one by one. Our first is addition. What is addition? Addition is nothing but it will add values on either side of the operator. And for addition, we use plus sign. Okay, and our next is subtraction. So subtraction is nothing but it will subtract right hand side operand from left hand side operand. And for subtraction, we use minus sign. And our next is multiplication. Multiplication will multiply values on either side of the operator. For multiplication, we use star sign. Okay, and our next is division. Division divides left hand side operand by right hand side operand. Okay, and for division, we use backslash sign. Okay, like this. And our next is modulus. Okay, so modulus nothing but it will returns a reminder by divides left hand side operand by right hand side operand. Okay, so for modulus we use percentage sign like this. Okay, and our next is exponent. So exponent is nothing but it will perform exponential calculation on operators like to the power of. Okay, so for exponential we use double star sign. Okay, so these are arithmetic operations. Okay, so let's take a look at each and every operation in detail in Spider. Welcome to Spider, and our first arithmetic operation is addition. Okay, so for addition, let's say I have two values. Let's say a is equal to 10 and b is equal to, let's say, 20. Okay, so I have these values and I just want to add these values. So for addition, I'm just creating another variable. Let's say add is equals to a plus b. Okay, so when we print add, it will give like 30. Okay, so that's how the addition operation works. And our next is subtraction. Okay, so we have just created these values. I'm just subtracting those. So let's say I want to subtract 10 from 20. Okay, so for that I'm just so this is a variable. Sub is equals to b minus a. Okay, and when we print sub, it will give like 10. Okay, so and our next is multiplication. Okay, so for multiplication I'm just creating another variable. Let's say mul is equals to a star sign and b. Okay, and when we print mul, it will give like 200. Okay, so and our next is division. Okay, so for division I'm just creating another variable. Let's say div is equals to b division sign or backslash sign a. Okay, so when we print div, it will give like 2.0. Okay, so and our next is modulus. Okay, so for modulus we use percentage sign. Okay, modulus is nothing but it will return reminder, right? to return reminder of two operands or two values. Okay, so for accessing the reminder, I'm just creating another variable. Let's say mod is equals to, let's say, a percentage sign and b, and when we print mod, it will give like 10. Okay, so 10 is a reminder. And our next is exponent. Okay, so exponent is nothing but to the power of. Okay, so for that, syntax is, I'm just creating a variable. Let's say exp, okay, exponent, sorry, exp is equals to a, and for exponent we use double star sign, right? So double star sign and b. Okay, and when we print exp, it will give like this huge number. Okay, so this is the arithmetic operations. Okay, and let's do further and talk about assignment operations. Assignment operators are nothing but a combination of arithmetic operation and equal to operation. Okay, and it is used to assign values to variables, as its name suggests, assignment. Okay, so there are various compound operations in Python like equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, and star equal to, or multiply equal to, and division equal to. Okay, so there are tons of other assignment operations, but in this video we are going to learn about these operations only. Okay, so let's take a look at each and every operation in detail in Spider. Welcome to Spider. Let me just print x. Okay, so when I print x, it will give like name x is not defined. Okay, so let me just define x. Let's say x is equals to 5. Okay, so when I print x again, it will give as 5. Okay, so that's where the equal to operation came into action. Okay, and our next is plus equal to operation. Okay, so for that, syntax is say x plus equal to 3. Okay, that means x is equals to x plus 3. Okay, so let me just print x. When we print x, it will give like 8. Okay, so that means x is equals to x plus 3. Okay, so we have already initialized x, right? X is equal to 5. Okay, so 5 plus 3, so what is 5 plus 3? 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so that's what our output. And our next is minus equal to operation. Okay, so for minus equal to operation, syntax is x minus equal to, sorry, x minus equal to 3. Okay, so when we print x, it will give like 5. Okay, so what does that mean? That means is x is equals to x minus 3. Okay, so remember, the value of x is updated from 5 to 8. Okay, so 8 minus 3. Okay, so x minus 3 is equals to 8 minus 3, which is equals to 5. Okay, so that's what our output. And our next is multiply equal to operation. Okay, so multiply equal to operations, for that, syntax is x multiply equal to 3. Okay, so let me just print x. When I print x, it will give like 15. Okay, so that means x is equals to x multiplied by 3. Okay, so remember, x is updated from 8 to 15. Okay, so 5 into 3, which is equals to 15. Okay, so which is our output. And our next is division equal to operation. Okay, so for division equal to operation, syntax is x division equal to 3. Okay, so when we print x, it will give like 5.0. okay, so that means x is equals to x divided by 3. Okay, so as we have discussed before, x is updated from 5 to 15. Okay, so 15 divided by 3 is equals to 5.0. So let's do further and talk about comparison operation. Comparison operators are nothing but it will compare two operands, or it will compare two values. Okay, in comparison operators we have greater than, less than, equal to. Remember, in equal to sign or in equal to operation we have to enter two equal to operators. Okay, so and we have not equal to, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Okay, so these are our comparison operations. So let's take a look at each and every operation in detail in Spider. So let's take a look at our first comparison operator, which is greater than operation. Okay, so remember one thing, comparison operator returns boolean. Okay, that means it returns only true or false. Okay, so before that I'm just copying these values, okay, and pasting it right here. Okay, so our first is greater than operation. Okay, so for greater than operation I'm just creating a variable. Let's say greater is equals to a greater than b. Okay, when we print greater, it will give like false. Okay, that means no, a is not greater than b. Okay, and our next is less than operation. Okay, so I'm just creating variable. Let's say less is equals to a less than b. Okay, and when we print less, it will give like true. Okay, that means yeah, a is less than b. And our next is equal to operation. Okay, so for equal to operation we have to enter double equal to signs. Okay, so I'm just creating variable. Let's say equal is equal, equal is equals to a equals to b. Okay, when we print equal, it will give like false. Okay, that means a is not equal to b. Okay, and our next is not equal to operation. Okay, so for not equal to operation I'm just creating, let's say not equal is equals to a exclamation mark and is equal to b. Okay, when we print sorry when we print not equal, okay, it will give as true. Okay, that means yeah, a is not equal to b. And our next is greater than or equal to operation. Okay, so for greater than or equal to operation I have a variable. Let's say greater than is equals to a greater than equal to b. Okay, and when we print greater than sorry greater than, it will give as syntax error. okay, sorry, greater than, okay, when you print that, it will give like false. Okay, and our next is less than or equal to operation. Okay, so for that, let's say less than is equals to a less than equal to b. Okay, and when we print less than, it will give like true. Okay, so these are all about comparison operators. Okay, so you have to remember two things. Okay, our first thing is comparison operators return true or false. Okay, it returns only boolean. And our next is for equal to operation, you have to enter two equal to signs like this. Okay, so let's do further and talk about logical operations. Logical operators in Python are used for conditional statements are true or false. Okay, so in Python, logical statements are and, or, and not. Okay, so let's take one by one. Our first is and. Okay, so and operator returns true if both the operands are true. Okay, and our next is or. Okay, so or returns true if either of the operand is true. Our next is not. Okay, so not returns true if operand is false. Okay, that means it returns false if the result is true. So let's take a look at each and every operator in Spider. Logical operator. So our first logical operator is AND operator. Okay, so we have two values, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. Okay, so what is AND operator? AND operator returns true when two operands are true. Okay, so for that syntax is, let's say I'm just creating a variable, let's say AND op. Okay, AND operation is equals to, let's say a is equal to 10 and, okay, so and is a keyword, and b is equal to 20. Okay, so when we print and op, it will give like true. That means, yeah, these both the cases, our first case is a is equal to 10, our second case is when b is equal to 20. Okay, so these cases are true. Okay, that's why we have access true. Let's say I'm just and op, sorry, op is equals to, let's say a is greater than 10 and b is equal to 20. Okay, then when we print and op, it will give like false. Okay, why? Because there is only one operand is true, right? In this case b is true, a is not true. Okay, so we can access true. Okay, so we can access true when two operands are true. Okay, in first sketch we have a is equal to 10, which is true, and b is equal to 10, which is true. That's why we have access true. Okay, so and our another sketch is when a is less than 10. Okay, so this is wrong, this is false, right? And then we have b is equal to 20, which is true. Okay, so that's why we have access to false. Okay, and our another is or operator. Or operator means it returns true when either operator is true. Okay, for that syntax is, let's say or op is equals to, a is equals to, let's say 10. So okay, so this is true. Okay, and or, okay, so or is a keyword, or, and b is greater than 20. Okay, so when we print or op, it will give like true. Okay, that means, yeah, either operand is true. Okay, so for or operator, it has to be either operand is true. Okay, so in this case, this our first case is true, but b is not greater than 20. The value of b is 20, right? B is not greater than 20. That's why it has printed true. Okay, and our another example, let's say or op is equals to, let's say a is greater than 10, okay, or b is less than 10. Okay, so when we print that, it will give like what, sorry, okay, we didn't print anything, sorry, or op, and you print that, it will give like false. Okay, so I hope you're getting the point of or operator. So let's move on to not operator. Okay, so what is not operator? Not operator is used to reverse the result. Okay, what does that mean? That means is not operator returns true if the result is false. Okay, and it will return false if the result is true. Okay, so for that, let's take a small example. I'm just creating a variable, let's say not op, sorry, not op is equals to not. So not is a keyword, and in parentheses we have a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. Okay, so when we print not op, it will give like false, right? What does that mean? That means is both the operands or both the cases are true, right? So is a is equal to 10? Yes, it is. And is b is equal to 20? Yes, it is. So these cases are true, but not operator reverse the result, right? So what is the result in this case? The result is true, right? So not, that's why not operator returns false. Okay, remember, not operator returns true if the result is false, and not operator returns false, as you can see here, not operator returns false if the result is true. Okay, so let's do further and talk about identity operator. In identity operator, we have two operators. Okay, so our first operator is operator, and our second is not operator. Okay, so let's take one by one. Our first is operator. So is operator returns true if both variables are the same object, like x is y. Okay, and our next is not. Okay, so is not returns true if both variables are not the same object, like x is not y. Okay, so I hope you're getting the point of identity operators. So let's take a look at is and is not operators in detail in Spider. Our first identity operator is operator. Okay, so what is operator? Is operator returns true if both variables are the same object. Okay, so I have these three values. Let's say a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10, and c is equal to, let's say, 20. Okay, so for is operator we have to print a is, okay, so is a keyword, is b. Okay, so when you print that, it will give like true. Okay, that means, yeah, the value of a is equal to the value of b. Okay, so I'm just printing, okay, print b is c. Okay, so when we do that, we give like false. Okay, that means no, the value of b is not equal to the value of c. Okay, so let's talk about is not operator. Okay, so for is not operator we have to print a is not b. Okay, so when we print that, it will give like false. Okay, that means the value of A is equal to the value of B, but we have written is not. Okay, so that's why we have accessed false. Okay, so our next is when we print B is not C, it'll give like true. That means, yeah, the value of B is not equal to the value of C. Okay, but in the first case, the value of A is equal to the value of B, right? So that's why it has given false. Sorry, it has given false. Okay, so that is the case of identity operator. Okay, so let's talk about membership operators. Membership operators is used to check if some specified value or a specific value is present or not. Okay, so in membership operators we have two operators. Our first is in operator and our next is not in operator. Okay, so let's take one by one. Our first is in operator, which returns true if a sequence with a specified value is present in the object. Okay, so as you can see in the example, I have written x in y. Okay, so in is a keyword. Okay, so we can check if x is present in y. Okay, so if x is present in y, it will print true. Okay, so if the x is not present in y, it will print false, or it will return false. Okay, and our next is not in operator. So not in operator returns true if a sequence with a specified value is not present in the object. Okay, so let's talk about these membership operators in detail in Spider. Our first membership operator is in membership operator. Okay, so for in membership operator we have, let's say I have a bunch of items or a bunch of integers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and I want to check if 1 is present in A or not. Okay, so for that we use in operator. Okay, so for that we have to print 1 in. So again, in is a keyword, or you can say in is an operator or membership operator. Okay, in A. Okay, so when you print that, it will give like true. That means, yeah, 1 is present in A. Okay, so let's say I just want to check if 10 is present in A or not. Okay, so when you print 10 in A, it will give like false. Okay, that means no, 10 is not present in our A. Okay, so next is in not operator. Our next membership operator is not in operator. Okay, so for not in operator we have to print, let's say I want to check if 10 is present in A or not. Okay, so for that our next or our second option is 10 not in A. Okay, so when you print that, it will give like true. That means, yeah, 10 is not present in A. Okay, so our next is, I just want to check if 2 is present in A or not. Okay, so 2 not in A. When you print that, it will give like false. Okay, that means no, 2 is present in A. Okay, so that's all about membership operators. I hope you're getting the point of membership operator and identity operator, logical operators, and comparison operators, etc. So that's it in this video lecture. In this video lecture we have learned about arithmetic operators and assignment operators and logical operators, comparison operators, and we have learned about identity operators and membership operators and their sub operators. Okay, so thank you for watching, and in another video lecture we will learn about Python strings. Okay, until that, goodbye and thank you for watching. Thank you.